Hey, loungers. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am on this great Sunday evening. Listen, guys, I did go back and finish watching Hoodie's show. I did come in a little bit late, but it's because I had some company and stuff and I was just hanging out. And now that I'm done with that, I did go back and listen to the rest of Hoodie's show. And yeah, I listened to The Godfather offer a debate to me and Shakim over the receipt. And yes, I will humbly accept the challenge. However, okay, I'm not really a person that likes to debate, but I will go into this debate with him. But there are a couple of rules that I think should be in place. The first one is I refuse to allow the chat to break any ties. That is not going to happen. I will not debate if that's going to be the case. Okay. However, I do think that Shakim should be able to choose a judge. I should be able to choose a judge, and then another neutral judge, either from another sector or just a neutral judge between the two of us, should most definitely come in and judge. So there should be three judges. There should be one that Shakim chooses, one that I choose, and then one that's neutral, like a Raw B, a Auntie, or somebody like that, somebody from a different sector, a Gabe A, anybody from like another part of YouTube. Definitely would make sense. But I refuse. I will not go into this debate thing and the chat is the tiebreaker. It won't happen. You will not see me on that debate stage if that's the case. It's not because I don't fuck with the chat, but the chat, we all know, and we have seen this multiple times, where people have used their troll accounts to vote, all kinds of stuff, where there's only like 70 people in the chat and there's like 100 people voting and all that kind of stuff. I'm not doing that shit. Okay. I'm not slow. So that's not going to happen. But if it's where Shakim gets to choose a judge, I get to choose a judge. And then there's a third judge that is, we can vote on that judge. And, if there's a third judge that comes in that would be neutral to both parties, then yes, that would be perfectly fine to me. Y'all let me know the rest of the details on that. But the topic is supposed to be over the receipt, the Godfather's receipt, and whether or not, why I think it's real and why Shakim would think it's not real. Okay. And I don't know how many rounds we'd have. I guess it would be, 3 rounds like it usually is, with at 3 minutes apiece, for each round. And, I think that would be fair. But yeah, it's not going to happen if the chat is going to be, the tiebreaker. That won't happen. It just won't. So, I refuse to do that. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to let y'all know about that, that I do accept the challenge, but those are my rules. And, I'm pretty sure that Shakim would probably go along with that as well. If he doesn't, and he still wants the chat to vote, it's just not going to happen for me. So, y'all have to find somebody else to debate him. But either way, I just wanted y'all to know that. That is my thoughts on that. And yeah, I will humbly accept the challenge. But again, I'm not. Those are my stipulations if we're gonna be debating. And you said what's going on, good lady Miss T Pre. I appreciate you, Steph Collins, being in the building. You said the entirety of YouTube is on fire like the Australian outback in February. Child, there's a lot going on in a lot of other spaces that I've been following lately. So shout out to them. You said, T sister, my darlings. I appreciate you, Teresa, being in the building. And Redbone with the new money. Definitely appreciate you. Sexy toy lady, I appreciate you coming in the building. You said, what's the topic? The topic is whether or not the receipt on the Godfather showed about Kip owing him money, or him giving Kip money, is real or not. I believe still that is real. And I have a few reasons why I believe that. I'm pretty sure Shakim can come up with his reasons for why he doesn't believe it's real. But again, like I said, the judges have to be completely neutral, not people from this sector. It could be somebody, like one person I might choose from the sector. He might choose somebody from the sector. Of course, I also wouldn't debate if Shakim chose Kip as, like his judge or something like that. I'm not going to do it. It's just not going to happen, because there would be certain people that would specifically, would be biased, right? If whatever judge I choose, which I'm already thinking of who that is, would not be a biased individual. This person fucks with both of us. And yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. And I'll let you guys know who that is as time goes on and as we develop this debate. But yeah, if he decided that Kip was going to be his judge, I'm out. He can have that money. I don't. It's not that deep to me. Yeah, I'm out. I'm not doing that. If it's the chat is going to be the tiebreaker, it's not happening. Okay, so yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. And yeah, but that's the topic. And you said, hey, to my opinion, and Redbone and Steph. You said, okay, right, yeah. You said, hey, STL. Okay, guys, so I just wanted y'all to know what my thoughts were, what I plan, and what my opinions are on those things, letting you guys know that, yeah, there are certain rules that would have to be in place in order for me to debate. And there will be a level of 3 judges and only 3 judges, and 1 judge I can choose. That person would not be biased to either myself or to Shakim, and Shakim would have to choose a judge the same way that would not be biased to me or to him, and we both would be aware of who those judges are before we get into the debate itself. Also, then 1 independent judge from another sector, another part of YouTube. We can bring those in. I'm talking about people that actually watch our shit. Yeah, I would do that. And that's pretty much where I'm at with it. If it's not going to be those rules, it's just not happening for me. So I'm sorry, y'all. What's up, Mikey? Definitely appreciate you. And Godson, I appreciate you being in the building as well. You said, what if 3 independent judges in the chat no? As soon as you said chat, I can't even finish your sentence. The answer is no for me. I'm not going to be debating and having the chat decide anything. The chat can watch. The chat can enjoy the show. The chat can, support Shakim or me, but I will not debate if the chat is involved in the voting. It's just not going to happen. I've seen it happen too many times in our sector where we're having little competitions or stuff like that, and we've got literally 65 or 70 people in the chat, but 110 votes come through, right? Which means that we've got, troll accounts that are voting and so forth and so on, just to push the numbers a certain way. It is not happening. I'm sorry. Not for me. Not for me. Y'all are welcome to do that, but fuck that. Fuck that shit. I know y'all want to have a good time. I know y'all want to enjoy yourselves and all that, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm not doing that. That's just not happening. You said, I would suggest a hominem attacks on D. Durrell's honesty and his person are off limits as supporting evidence of the inauthentic nature of the receipt. Yes, I agree with that. There's certain other things that I won't discuss, right? We're just going to stick to facts, stick to things that we know, and so forth and so on. Yes, I do have some stipulations for this debate. But, if we're going to debate, we're going to debate. But I'm not just going to be willy-nilly, just doing any old thing and just talking about any old thing. So, yes, I think that the evidence, should be supporting evidence of what's actually going on with the receipt itself, as opposed to what people like or dislike about Durrell, you know what I mean? Or Kip, even, for that nature too. Hey, Ray Triggs, bestie, I appreciate you being in the building. You said like D. Durrell is a liar. Yeah, like that for me that's childish, right? I'm not doing that. But I'll definitely break down why I believe that the receipt is correct. You said exactly 100 F the chat, right? Too big. You said, appreciate you being in the building, Too Big. You said, and vice versa. Kip is a liar, should also be off limits. It'll derail everything. Exactly. There's no point in attacking their character, right? And doing that kind of stuff. And that would somehow make, the chat, or that would somehow make the, us or the judges sway a certain way. No, I'm not with that. And you said, come on, Godmother, the chat has to be involved some way. I don't know what to tell you. I refuse. You can have a debate with him, or you can debate somebody and allow the chat to, be involved in deciding on whether or not you win or not. I'm not doing it. It's just not happening for me. You can feel whatever way y'all want to, but for me, I'm not doing that. You said we've seen how things went with that model. Exactly. Like, how many times have we seen that kind of stuff? So I'm not even sure why you're asking me if, that's what I'll be doing, because I'm not doing it. Shit. What's up, Black A? Appreciate you being in the building. He says, Sexy Toy Lady will be watching. That's good enough. Yeah, it's entertainment. I'm not sure why the chat has to be involved. Like I said, if you want the chat to be involved, then you go ahead and get up on that debate panel and you allow the chat to, to come up with the decision. But for me, it's just not happening. Yeah, I don't care, what that means. But yep, not happening for me. You said hush too big. You said if the chat gets involved, then the numbers will stay up the entire duration of the stream. No, that's not true. The numbers are going to stay up regardless of whether or not the chat is involved. Now, the chat can be involved in other ways. There's other things we could do throughout the show to keep the chat involved, right? Like, it could be other little small polls we can do throughout the show. We can do little game prizes and stuff like that for the chat to keep engagement with the chat up. But the chat doesn't have to be involved in the judging at all. Yeah, that can happen. So if you're talking about keeping the duration of people watching, then yeah, let's come up with some ways for the chat to engage. But definitely, no, when it comes to my debate with Shakim, there will be no chat that will be judging anything in regards to the debate. So that's just where I'm at. You said someone said debate. Okay, Muzz. Yeah, they calling me out to the debate with Shakim Ra over the receipt. And like I said, there's going to be certain rules that we have in place. One of them will be that neither Kip nor Darrell their character will be attacked. And also, I'm not going to go with the whole idea of the chat voting. That's just not happening for me. But yeah, I do think that a debate would be fun. I think that is worth it. I think the money that was put up was worth my time. And like I said, I do have one person in mind that I would like to use as a judge. And then Shakim, I would like him to come up with a neutral judge as well. And he would have to approve of my judge, and I have to approve of his judge. And then once we go from there, then there could be a third party from another sector, like a Raw B, an Auntie, a Sexy Red, a Bayou Bunny. There could be anybody, but it'd have to be somebody from a different part of or another part of the sector or another part of YouTube that would come in and be the third judge. And that's where I'm at with that. You said the Antichrist and her troll account army will swoop in like the Whore of Babylon on the back of the seven-headed dragon. Exactly. We're not doing that shit, girl. You said LOL sexy. Sexy will be involved, but not with the voting. Right. Like, I think we can do stuff like, and I've done this kind of stuff before where I've added the chat into stuff and offered them cash apps and stuff like that based off of prizes. I've done that kind of stuff in my shows. I remember I did that when I interviewed Stargate a long time ago. I had the chat involved by literally offering, I did some game prizes with the chat and offered them some funds in regards to that. So that's the kind of stuff that can help keep them involved. I've seen Triggs do that kind of stuff too. So there's various ways we can do that, and I think that would be even more engaging and more fun for the chat. You said, okay, I can work with that, Godmother. Okay, so that's what I think we're going to do. And, with, of course, Shakim has to agree to all this too. You said, exactly, Steph. And nope, we do not need them. Nope, not at all. Trust me, it's not necessary at all. You said, Black Lounge Divine, no judges. Let everyone make up their own minds. Yeah, well, if that's the way you want it to be, then I challenge you to get up here and debate somebody, and then that's the way it's going. That's your rules. But my rules are exactly what I said. If I go and I get up on that debate panel with him, I have chosen a judge that he approves of. He has chosen a judge that I approve of. And then there is a third judge from another location, another area that will come in and judge along with us. He says, Sexy, you can be Shakim judge. He said, I will be going live at 9:30 to discuss the rules and how we can adjust things. Okay, that's what's up, Godfather. Appreciate that. And shout out to you for the suggestion of it. So I'm definitely with that shit. And I'll be up there to talk about that. You said, I think we could find someone who doesn't even know the kerfuffle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking should happen, right? I think that there should be somebody who's a little more neutral to the entire situation. They're not swayed any way by Kip or by Darrell, right? They're not swayed any way by me or Shakim either. I think that's something that should happen, definitely. You said Shakim will probably have suggestions also. I agree. And I think that his suggestions are just as important. I think that whatever judge he chooses is just as important as well. And then, I'll have somebody, but I got somebody in mind already that I'd like to use. You said that'll be the best way, Steph. Yep. You said, I whooped everyone in a debate and retired. Glad to see everyone competing for the second place, though. Haha. Yeah. Shout out to you, Flock. You said he gonna have Kip. Yeah, and I'm not gonna go with that, right? Like I'd have to approve of who his judge is. I promise you, if he chooses Kip, it ain't happening. Like not for me. It's not gonna happen. Just like if I chose Darrell, you know what I'm saying? That'd be like me choosing Darrell as a judge, right? Like I know Shakim is not going with that shit, right? You said super facts. You said link right quick. Okay, hold on 1 second. Shout out to Brown Sugar Baby for the 9.99 super chat. Definitely appreciate that. And let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. But hurry up, Muslim, because I'm actually going to end the show. I just wanted to get up real quick and let you guys know that I will accept the challenge as long as those rules apply. I will definitely accept that challenge. But go ahead and hit the link. And I'm going to play a quick timer for y'all while he's hitting the link. So bear with me just a moment. Let me see what I can find. Oh, never mind. He's up here now.
You can
What's up?
hear me?
Yeah. What's going on?
Okay. The reason about the judges, right? It's gonna be like this, okay? Let's say you approve one, he approves one. Now these are biased judges. They're
Now,
there.
these are
to-
unbiased judges.
Okay, so you think that he's gonna grab somebody, right? For example, okay, do you remember Tiff and TC? Remember when they went at it? And Tiff got um Darrell to be her judge. Now Darrell knows that I'm biased. I'm just there just to cast a vote for TC. So he has to do the same so that the neutral judge is the one that makes the decide. He's the one that decides the winner.
I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah.
that's not the thoughts I have in mind. Now,
Okay.
again, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you this one more time. If you want to put rules in place for your debate, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have already set and laid down the rules of how I'm going to do this debate. Nobody is going to sway me any other way.
Got you. Good luck.
I
Okay.
love you,
That's all
bro.
I want to say. That's all I want to
Okay.
say, sis.
Okay.
Bye bye.
All right. So anyway, shout out to Muzz for coming up on the show. But most definitely, like I said, guys, those are my stipulations on how I will go about this debate. But I have faith that Shakim will come up with somebody who he is comfortable with judging and also will be biased. And I have faith in who I have in mind already, who are won't be biased. And then I have faith already in who I have in mind who I think will be also unbiased in this situation. And then we will have a third party come in who is unbiased, and then they can do it from there. But yeah, I don't care about all that other stuff. You said, why does Darrell have me blocked? I don't know. He said, Poetic Flacco, hello, young man. Good to see you. You said, Muslim already broke the rules here. We know Godmother don't drop links. Yeah, I wasn't planning on dropping no link, but Muslim, I love my brother. That's my baby. You said, I'm not. You said, no, Muzz. You said, Godmother. You said, Godmother says she's not game. I'm just saying, I'm not going with that shit, okay? It's just not happening, like, period. You said, this shit has to be fair as possible. Exactly. And that's just it. Like, it's just what it is. You said, T Pre is my love. You know, you my love too. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. The Godfather will be live in about an hour. You said, do y'all think you might need a moderator or referee of some kind? Possibly. There will be certain things like that going on. I mean, I think it should be fun for the chat as well. I think the chat should have a good time, keep the engagement going. So I don't know about heavy moderation in the chat, but definitely not trying to sway the judges in ways and stuff like that. I think that should be banned, and those kinds of things. But yeah, I mean, I think also that the chat should be able to engage and have a good time and not really necessarily be restricted so much, right? But the judging part for the chat is just not going to happen if I'm going to be debated. But either way, guys, I definitely appreciate all of you for being in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. And guys, we are out of here, and I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll be over at the Godfathers at about 10:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 Central Time. Talk to y'all later. Peace, guys.